What are the best ETFs to pair with SCHD? That's what we're going over in this video. SCHD, as we all know, has been doing amazing for 2026. We can see for 2026 year to date, which has only been a little bit over a month, it's up almost 15%, which is absolutely insane. People are going wild, and this really is the bump that we really needed for SCHD, as it has remained flat for quite a few years. Now, SCHD, a very popular dividend ETF. Now, it's not going to have the highest yield out there, and it is going to pay out quarterly dividends, but this is a tried and true ETF by Charles Schwab for good reason. First, we're going to see it has a very low expense ratio of 0.06%. So if you have $10,000 invested in this ETF, you're only going to be losing about $6 every single year. Now, another reason why this ETF is so popular is it's going to have tax efficiency. And not only tax efficiency, it's perfect for people who want to use this ETF, whether it's going to be a safer long-term investment or to help fund retirement portfolios, or even for people who are using this as income to pay off bills, pay off expenses, and just supplement their current income. Now, we're not going to have the highest total return out there, and that's why it's best to pair this SCHD ETF with another ETF, but it's going to be consistent, it's going to be recession proof, and it definitely is a good part to have in your portfolio. And one thing I like about this ETF, it does have an annual reconstitution, meaning it's going to screen all its holdings once a year and kick out the losers and bring in some potential winners. So it's always going to be rebalancing every single year, which is very nice to see. So we're not going to have too much concentration on one sector or ETF. So taking a look at the performance, it's definitely done really well in the past month. In the past year, we can see it had this dip in April, and then it didn't really recover too much, but it has been doing amazing right now, where a lot of growth in tech stocks have been a little bit lacking. And I just want to note that this is not normal. You're not going to be seeing 12% gains every single month. This is quite an unusual month. And we do want to note that most of the time, it's going to be less than 1% gains, if anything. Because remember, the core strategy behind this ETF is not growth. It's going to be dividend growth. So it's going to be growing its dividends over time, which is going to help with their yield on cost. And we're going to be pairing this ETF not with another dividend ETF, but with Charles Schwab's US Large Cap Growth ETF, one of my favorite growth ETFs out there, SCHG. Now, it's going to have a 0.04 expense ratio, which is quite low, and it's actually a little bit lower than SCHD, most likely because it has that annual reconstitution. But the fund strategy is to track as closely as possible the total return of the Dow Jones US Large Cap Growth Total Stock Market Index. So you're going to have a lot of growth companies in this ETF. And I like this a little bit more than, say, the NASDAQ 100, because you're not going to have pretty much the entire index as tech sector. You're going to have some other growth companies in there as well. And of course, you're going to have some tax efficiency. It does have its aggressive screening, classifying companies as growth based on a number of factors. Now, if we do take a look at its dividends, it does pay out the dividends, but it's not going to be anything crazy. It's actually going to be quite small at 0.38%. So don't rely on this ETF for dividends. That's not what it's made for. You're going to be looking at this ETF for this explosive growth. We can see it's up 870% since inception, which was early 2010. But we can see over the years, it is quite volatile, which is why a lot of people love to pair this ETF with SCHD. And that's actually what I've been doing in my own portfolios, because we can see in my retirement accounts, I actually hold both of these ETFs. Now, of course, I do have majority in the S&P 500, but I do have the second largest holding in SCHG, which is going to be about 25 25. I aim for about 25% of my portfolio. And then we have SCHD coming in at around 14%. So I believe that these two ETFs complement each other really well, and we can actually see, surprisingly, we are up more in SCHD right now than SCHG, but I believe over a long-term time horizon, SCHG will outperform because we have more time on our hands for the market to recover. But right now, SCHD is a clear winner, especially in this high cost of living recession. And we can see I've bought shares of this ETF right around the $27 per share mark, which is quite good. We're up 16%. And even though it's up 16%, I do have a higher total return just simply investing in the S&P 500. And I also have a second Roth IRA with Vanguard. This one, of course, we have about the same cost basis with SCHD. Not as huge a position as the other one, but we can see I pretty much have double SCHD or double the growth one than SCHD, the dividend one. So I really love this combo. One's going to be targeted for pure growth, explosive growth over a long-term horizon. Of course, the growth ETF is going to have some drawbacks because during market pullbacks, it really does sting. But in my opinion, that is not that bad, especially this is in a retirement account. I'm not going to be touching this for 30 more years or so. So when I see the markets dip, especially with SCHD and SCHG, I am buying more shares. And since SCHD is actually at all-time highs, I'm actually holding off on adding more shares to this ETF. Even though a lot of people now are buying into this ETF, I'm actually not buying more. And I'm actually waiting for a pullback on SCHD before investing more money into this ETF. And I am actually going to be taking a look at SCHG, which has taken a market dip. Now I am waiting for a little bit bigger of a dip, but I am planning on adding more shares of SCHG in this environment to get a lower cost basis. And this is something that really takes a strong mental mindset because it's really hard to look at the red days and not to be afraid. And I think it really helps if you do have a retirement account. You should always prioritize those retirement accounts. There's a lot of tax benefits. But by utilizing those retirement accounts, you really have a different mindset because you know that you're not going to be touching this money for a long, long time. So those red days don't affect you as much because it doesn't matter anyway. And utilize those red days to add more shares of your favorite ETFs, whether it be SCHG, SCHD, or any other ETF. Utilize those red days and just buy a little bit more shares. I always love to keep cash on hand. I'm never 100% in. I always have some cash laying around just in case of red days, which is the best buying opportunities. We can see SCHG is down 5%. So in my opinion, this is a good buying opportunity, but I do think there is some room for these ETF to fall a little bit before purchasing. I would like to purchase around the $30 price point if it does. And of course, if it doesn't drop any further, there's no harm there because I'm going to have some pretty significant gains in my retirement accounts. And one thing that I love about this ETF and why a lot of people pair this ETF together, which I probably should have mentioned a little bit earlier in this video, is actually going to be the fund overlap. We can see there is 0 stocks that are overlapped between these funds. So you're going to have complete diversification between these two ETFs because there's a 0% overlap between the holdings, which is very nice to see. And we can see that we're going to be holding about 400 different stocks, 198 from SCHG and 102 from SCHD. And we can see the sectors. We're going to be having energy, consumer staples, industrials, healthcare, materials. We are going to have a decent bit of technology in SCHG. Nothing crazy compared to the NASDAQ 100 QQQ. We're also going to have communications and discretionary, with the lowest being utilities and real estate. So I like this. It's very diversified. You're getting the best of both worlds in my opinion. And I know a lot of people love to argue on Reddit about these two different investing styles. There's one group that loves dividend investing. They're set on SCHD, and then there's another that love growth. But these are both in great investing styles. It really comes down to personal tolerance. You may prioritize stability, which is going to be SCHD, or you want the highest total return possible. You have a high risk tolerance. SCHG would be a good bet. Now in my portfolio, you can see that I have double the shares of SCHG or SCHG than SCHD because I have a higher risk tolerance. And I really want this portfolio to grow at exponential levels. But of course, I do want some stability. I want some quarterly dividends, and I want something that's a little bit recession proof. It does help with the mental mindset having SCHD there, especially in 2026 when SCHG is down 5% and SCHD is up 14%, which is crazy. So it's definitely a good compliment. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments down below, what ETFs are you pairing with the tried and true SCHD ETF? I know a lot of people hated this ETF earlier in the years, but it's making a comeback and people are realizing the true potential of this ETF.